So here we are again. This time we're out in Purton, looking at some local history. There's supposed to be a big amount of shipwrecks around here in the early 1900s. They're supposed to have been used to shore up the line from coastal erosion. So we're just walking down the path, the canal path, the Severn Way I think it's called. So have a little look, see if we can find it. I don't normally bring this big a bag for a short afternoon walk, but there is something in the back of it that I'm really looking forward to trying now. That we're going to get out in a little bit once we stop. I've also got my hammock with me. I never go walking without a hammock. We need a couple of trees to tie it up, and it's a nice little way to have a little break in between. So let's get on with it, shall we? It's a short walk. The car park's in Purton itself. Walk down the canal path and see how we go. What we see on the way down there, shall we? Let's go. You might notice it's a little bit different from the last video. So, before COVID, I worked as a videographer and a drone pilot in the food, drink and events industry. And that obviously with COVID crashed. It's very hard to work in the food, drink and events industry when there is no food, drink and events industry. So a lot of my camera kit has been in storage. So I'm using this channel as an opportunity to start digging some of that out. So rather than my phone, like I used last time when I was down in Dorset, I've now got one of my cameras back out and a microphone. So hopefully this time, this should be easier to hear and better to see. And obviously I've got the drone as well. And something else in the back of the bag. Let's keep going. We're here. As you can see, there's this big pillar here with all the names on. One thing that strikes me most straight away is the fact that there's one of them. I thought they'd be a bit further out, but no, they're right there in front of me. So we've got a concrete barge here. There's about 4 or 5 of them all in this little line up here. And then, I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, there's a load down there. So we'll take a walk, and providing the sky is clear, we'll fly the drone. When I read it was concrete barges, I assumed they were carrying concrete, not they were made out of concrete. So that's quite incredible. And you've got these, which are wooden by the looks of it, and all that's left is an imprint of the size of their hulls. A few uprights there, and a little bit of metal work. But by most of the ship is gone. This here is Edith, 74 foot long. I can't help but think that Edith's missing a bit. "17 maybe, not 70. Right, it's enough exploring. All pretty cool. Let's see if we can find somewhere to pitch the hammock. I need 2 trees, nicely spaced apart, but hopefully nothing sharp underneath them. Although, so far, it's not looking very promising. Let's see what we can find. Ugh. Well, that failed. I cannot find 2 decent trees on the estuary, and all the ones on this canal bank are either really close together or have got loads of thorns and stuff in between them. So I'm not one for just ripping up thorns so that I can have what I need to do, so I'm going to sit on the canal bank instead. I brought along my little sitting pad, keeps me dry and warm, and I'll just sit here for a little bit instead. I think we'll close the video there as well, considering there's not much else now. I've explored that little bit there. Those boats were cool. I've got nowhere to hammock now, so I got my pack, got my little book, which at the moment is the Competent Crew sailing book, because I've looking to do some sailing this year, so I'm just going to have a little read through of that. And I'll start my walk back up the canal path, not through the estuary, because the estuary has completely ruined my boots. I will have to fix them later and clean them up. So if you're still watching, thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Hang on a minute. I never went through what was in the bag. Oh crap. Okay, so my usual drone that I take out with me is in this little case. That's why I carry it on my waist. The only reason I've had to carry it on my waist today is because of what's in the bag. So my usual drone is this. It's the DJI Mavic 3 Pro Mini. Fantastic piece of kit, lightweight. Due to UK law, you can fly it pretty much anywhere. You need to be registered, and that's about it. Bit of insurance, done. Which I am. However, if you want to go bigger than this, you need one of these. Now, there is a sizable difference. However, nice controller. This is the Mavic Mini 3 Pro. This is the Mavic 2 Pro with the 1-inch Hasselblad sensor camera, and it is fantastic. I used to have one ages ago. I sold it because of the pandemic, and recently I managed to get myself another one. It is such a cool piece of kit. So, I'm still here. I might as well fly it. Let's go. Right, now we'll end the video there. I'm going to sit here, pack up the drone now, chill out a bit more, and then start the walk back. Down the canal path. God, I gotta get better at doing that. I can't point away from the camera for anything. Rubbish. See you on the next one.